Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to a Saturday afternoon edition of Trailhand Radio Network and also Iowa Pagan News. And today, I've been waiting for this interview for a while now. We are joined by special guests, Alexander Cabot and also Ashley Cruz. So I want to say welcome to the two of you and welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having us. It's we rushed through New York City traffic to get here, but we made it.
Went out to breakfast this morning.
I went to see my mom, and Ashley wanted to meet her, so we went out, to Park Avenue where she lives, and it was hectic trying to get back home across town.
Yeah, I can imagine, especially with all the good news happening.
Yes. Congratulations to the country.
Exactly.
Changes and blessings for once.
Yes, and a lot of which I'm very happy to have positivity and also positive energy back in the office again as well.
Yes, definitely. So this is the first time that my Cabot sister here, Ashley Cruz, is coming for a visit in my humble abode. So it's great to have her here, and we've been doing certain activities, and of course meeting my mom this morning with breakfast, and then trying to get some Middle Eastern for dinner. So we're planning that. So yes, we're here, and with the good news of the of Biden and Harris, hopefully these changes will bring blessings upon the country and the world.
Yeah, that's what a lot of us are hoping for, and that
he's a sincere man. I think that he's a very sincere man. I don't think he tweets a lot.
Really
I think he's not
tweeting.
He might have his ego, but like we all do, but I think that it's under check.
Yeah, and that's the reason why I think he has Pete do it for him.
Yes. So we're very happy that finally he surpassed the number of he was supposed to get 270, and he surpassed it.
Oh yeah.
So it's amazing. Volume they speak. They do speak. So the country's been fed up these 4 years. So,
yeah, that's very true. And like I said, I think a lot of people are breathing a sigh of relief right now, and really hoping for a lot of positivity coming to help put things back together again.
Correct. So mote it be.
So mote it be. I love your wolf behind you.
Thank you. I picked that up just as a background for this, and the wolf has been.
Look at the cat. I thought she was going to get into the wolf there. How dare he come into my territory?
Well, I was gonna say I got her, and then I've got the other one laying in behind. So
perfect.
I see. Divided by the wolf.
Yeah, divided by the wolf. It's always been a symbol for me for a long time. So that fits with me perfectly.
Wonderful. It's my totem. It's my animal spirit. So I love the wolf.
Very good. Yeah, because my native name has been Silver Wolf for a very long time. So I'm very proud of that.
Lovely. Great.
So now let's get to it here now, Ashley.
Yes.
I have watched your video several times, and I must say that I really enjoy it. And I've got it posted up on both the Iowa Pagan News Group and also the Trailhand Radio Networking Group, so that people can listen to it as well. And I think today is a perfect day to post it up.
Oh, you know what it is, actually.
Yes, it is.
Come to think, I was just trying to load it for you when you had asked, and I started to watch it, and I said, yeah, absolutely. Perfect message today. Blessed be.
Exactly. even though it's a short video, but it delivers a very powerful message.
Yes, and I actually wrote that song in the middle of the COVID. So when COVID started in March, and I wasn't working as well because I sing every day, and of course there's no performing, with the COVID.
Right.
I was out in my garden and in my woods, and we were also at the same time doing Witch Fest online, and no, it was Witch Fest.
For Witch Fest.
For Witch Fest.
New York, Witch Fest, New York,
Witch Fest,
New York City, yes.
Yes. So I had done a little sample of the song for Alexander's amazing video with Lady Rhea for the Witch Pride Parade, which is on YouTube. And then that became the full song. I said, I have to do the whole song now. But I had no band except for my drummer and my producer. So we did a lot of singing for that. And it is a little shorter because it's more of, using the vocals and the sound to make the, the vibration and the beautiful message of Blessed Be.
Excellent. Well, it was very well done, very well put together.
Thank you. We enjoyed filming it, right?
We enjoyed filming it. I from Grand Central all the way to Connecticut, and then to Coventry where she lives, and she showed me her grounds and her sacred space, and so we had a lovely time creating it, making all the magic that went into it. And so my contributions of love and magic and Blessed Be was born.
I'll tell you what, I was really, when I first started watching it and having you in the cornfield, I mean, that because we have a lot of that out here. So,
yes. Except you don't have me swimming around your cornfield there.
That's true.
We don't have any cornfields in the concrete jungle that I live in, so it was amazing to be outside of the city and to be in Coventry, Connecticut, and it was beautiful to actually see the magic manifest.
Well, I am really hoping that once we can get past all this mess, that I'll be able to start doing some traveling again and start visiting a lot of other areas that I've been wanting to come and connect with people.
Definitely. That's the
we
best.
We all want that.
Yes, we all want that too.
The main reason I got Alexander for the video, your birthday's on that Sabbath.
Autumn equinox.
Autumn equinox, but he was planning to go to England this year.
I was going to England because they wanted me to be part of the ritual for Stonehenge. And I was very honored, and so having like Arthur Pendragon and of course Susan Marie Paramore, she's a bard, a druidic high priestess, and so I was really looking forward to it, but I couldn't go anywhere with COVID.
Yeah, I know it's really restricted a lot of us from really being able to go anywhere and to be with family and those who we consider to be family.
Yes, definitely. Our pagan community, which is global. And so that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to bring, as American practitioner and minister, I'm trying to connect with other people, South America, Europe. This is the opportunity to do so. But with COVID, it put us on the back burner for now. And now we have to wait. I'm hoping that by March I will be able to blessed be. We will be able to do our trip to South America, to Brazil again. Susan Marie Paramore from England and I and myself, and go to Peru. We have that Peruvian trip that was canceled due to COVID last March.
Yeah. I had a chance to talk with Dom DeBard, and he's been kind of bummed that all of his trips have been canceled, and that he's making up for it by doing a bunch of living room.
He is. Dave, Dave is great. I was looking forward to seeing him in June, but hopefully next year I will do that. I'll have the opportunity to see him again at the pagan gathering camp in Nuneaton.
Oh, okay.
Upton, which is in Nottingham, England.
Oh,
Ah.
wow.
Nottingham, England. So I'm hoping maybe I'll get to see him again and perform live.
Cool. Okay, now I'd also seen that you were on the latest issue of Witch's Brew magazine as well, and so I want to congratulate you on that.
I just got the box that Melissa sent me with 30 copies.
I told you you're going
and
to
I was like, oh my God, everybody has received their copies and everybody loves it. And and I haven't gotten one. So she just sent it today.
Cool.
It's like Christmas.
Big
Big box.
box of with 30, I think 31 copies that she sent. But thanks to Melissa for believing in me and in my work and for exposing me to the pagan community.
Well,
and through her lovely magazine.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's definitely an honor to have you as a part of the community for as long as you have been, and and also being a part of the Cabot tradition. I had a opportunity to speak directly with
Laurie Cabot,
or with Laurie back in 2013. We did a video with her during Pagan Pride in Des Moines.
Oh, wonderful.
And
wonderful. Yeah, back then she was very much more active.
Yep.
And obviously now at the age of 87, she's more sedate and she's still busy bee, doing her crafts. She and also her appearances in Salem, and she teaches first and second degree. So we're still happy to have her among us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I am. Anytime that I see her on a video online, it's like it just makes me happy to see that she is still active, that she is still doing what she loves.
She does. Yeah, she loves the community. She loves to teach. She is still gung ho on the negative connotations that we endure. She's still there as a fighter to abolish all those negative connotations.
Yep. And that's exactly the same thing that I've been working on as well here with doing the internet radio and the video podcasts and whatnot, is to try to eliminate that negative connotation, bring back is the one thing that we developed here is forming community with unity.
Correct.
Correct. That's what we stand by.
Absolutely.
So that's the next song.
See, you just gave her an idea. Boom.
I will be very happy to hear that one.
Oh, okay. I'll be writing it when I leave.
Don't you see the light bulb?
Yep. Cool.
So,
I mean, that would be an excellent song. Yes, it would be.
Yeah.
Having community with unity. I love that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now, just reading over your bio, I know that the way that you got your start and the teachings that you had learned over the years from several elders, especially now the one I was actually reading about, if I can get back to it here, there it is. So basically you were brought up in the tradition of Masonic, correct?
My parents, I was not I'm not a full-fledged Mason. It was my parents. There's always been a lineage of men in my family, from my great-grandfather, my grandfather, and my father. My mother was also a daughter of the Eastern Star. And I actually, one of the first chapters in my book is I tale the whole experience of me going to the lodge and being with my folks, and how there was like a room for all the kids to be entertained while the parents were at the in the great hall and performing their magic. While we were just being rambunctious with a supervisor, with a teacher that we had, and to keep us entertained. So this was very memorable in my memory bank that I have to this day, of like the first steps of community, of magic, of energy, and how they performed. It was so palpable. I could sense it. It was so wonderful to feel it. So yes, the Freemasons were one of the first exposures that I had.
Excellent. Well, I know that there's always been a sense of secrecy around the Masonic and Masons, and the rituals that they partake in, and because I don't think a lot of people really comprehend exactly what it is that they do, but I know that they do have a magical sense about them.
They do. It's all about the occult sciences, and that's what they allow anyone of any denomination, any political platform. They are diverse, but still, when it comes together, they perform their own magic.
Mm-hmm.
They're ceremonial magic. So it's beautiful. I should have gone into Freemasonry, but I never did. That would have been perfect for me, being very regimented and organized. So because their rituals are very compartmentalized and regimented.
Okay, so is there any similarity between them and the rituals that typical for typical pagan ceremonies or Wicca ceremonies?
I think that there is some similarities, especially the symbols, the sigils that they use are very similar to what we use, and it's all upon the higher consciousness. They even the Rosicrucians. I studied with the Rosicrucians for several years, and it's all about intent. It's about the higher consciousness. Where our soul relies, where our soul is centered. And so I think that there is some sort of similarities, but of course there are different traditions.
Interesting. Okay. Now, notice that you would also had teachings from Lady Rhea as well as Laurie.
She was my first high priestess here in New York City. She is a Gardnerian, New York Wicca, and Welsh, as well as the Minoan sisterhood. And she supported this Minoan brotherhood when it was first at its advent stage.
Nice. I'll just say I was not aware that there was a New York Wicca.
Well, New York Wicca is an offshoot. What Eddie Basinski, the founding father, who created, because he was the Long Island Guards back in the day when he was going through first, second, and third degrees. He actually developed becoming a Gardnerian, and there was issues with the Kentucky line. There's some that do know, some that don't know, but I'm not going to go into it because it relies on Raymond Buckland and Rosemary and so forth. So there were certain issues. So that he had that conflict. Also, he had the conflict of he wanted to be more liberal in the sense of allowing other people to come in, people of color, people of different sexual preference. This is what the guards, the hard guards, did not allow. And so he then created an offshoot called New York Wicca. Today, New York Wicca has flourished and has even gone back to Europe, where there's some initiates that are under the tradition New York Wicca.
Very nice. Okay, so I just learned something today that I never knew about.
Yeah, way back in the 70s. So I was exposed to, of course, Herman Slater of the Magical Child here in New York City. Also Eddie Basinski. There was Lady Rhea. There was Lady Vivian, who was the head high priestess for the New York Welsh traditionalists. So that was one of the first exposures I had to these great pioneers here in New York City. And then I'm part of that, as well as being a Cabot, because those are my roots.
Excellent. Well, like you said, it's I love doing this because it gives me a chance to learn more and to get to know other areas of the tradition, practices, spirituality. So it's always a learning experience, no matter what.
Oh, I could be 90 years old and I'll always be a student.
Yeah,
I'm a teacher and I'm a student, and I never forget that, and I always say it.
Yep. Now, have you ever? Let's see. Have you met Oberon?
Absolutely. No, I never met Oberon physically. I've met him. I've spoken to him several times because he was the first practitioner and elder to give me an acknowledgement for Lady Rhea's book. So as a publisher for Lady Rhea's second book, The Enchanted Formulary, it was Oberon Zell who gave for the first acknowledgement for the book, and I was very grateful to him. And I still have a copy which I have to mail to him. And then the Wizard and Witch, which I would love for him to sign it, so I'll be sending it with it, and so he could sign it for it, and then of course send him some postage money so he could send it back to me.
Nice. As I say, I have had the opportunity to speak with him as well. I was just here not too long ago, and he cracks me up.
He sure is. But he's down to earth. He's a father. He's like our pagan father.
And a wizard.
And a wizard, yes. But he's like our pagan father. So it's wonderful. He also, we had him. I'm the co-host for a podcast called This Old Witch. Like this old house. This old witch.
Yeah.
So the brains behind it is Eddie Massey, and I'm his co-host, and we every 2 weeks. But now we're scheduled for the 14th with Utu, Witch Doctor. So we're looking forward to it. But we had Oberon Zell for the show, and that was my to do of my connection with him, and I was so grateful that he had some time to speak and be with us for 2 hours on our podcast.
As I say, is in fact now he is relocated out to Washington State now.
Correct.
So he is out in that neck of the woods, and so yeah, it's. And like I said, I'm hoping that once we get past all this mess, that I'm going to start doing some traveling myself, so I can be able to connect with a lot of others and see what happens over the next couple of years.
I think with the elections now set, I think that with Biden and everything, I think that things are going to improve.
Yeah, I agree with you there completely. They even introduced the first dog to the White House now.
Oh, really?
He went out and he went to a rescue and got a very beautiful German Shepherd.
Oh, wow!
So we're gonna have a dog back in the White House again.
Oh, that's wonderful!
Great.
That makes me very happy.
I didn't know there wasn't a dog in the White House.
You think Trump and a dog?
Well, Trump was one dog.
No, that's complimenting.
But I posted.
Trump was a different dog in the White House, but I didn't know they took. Trump didn't have a mascot. He didn't have
He's everything. Remember?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
he thinks. That's all I was saying.
Exactly. But yeah, I posted up a picture on Facebook of the new first dog to the White House, and he is a very beautiful dog.
I can't wait to see that.
I was very happy to see it.
I'll be the biggest fan for the dog. I rescue dogs all the time, so I think they say that they're rescue dogs, but they actually rescue us.
Yes.
And that is the very truth of it. Absolutely.
Oh, yes. I know that for a fact. And as hopefully eventually in time, because my goal has always been to acquire land so that I can do not only maybe dog rescue, but also horse rescue as well.
Nice.
Very nice.
Well, I have to say my rescue from California was a wolf hybrid. I had a wolf hybrid for 11 years, and I rescued her in California. They have different places there, reserves. They're trying to interact, get them to go back into their environment, the real wolves. But they have a lot of they're breeding them. So unfortunately, they were doing it not in a good way. And I had my beautiful wolf. Her name was Nikita, and I wrote a song for her, Wolf Child, which you might hear on one of my albums, The West. And I sang it for the Poconos Witches Ball, and I dedicated it to Alexander. And as I'm like singing it, I'm like, everybody, let's howl at the moon. Ow! And so far, everyone has seen my Witches Ball. I have it on YouTube now. So if you go to the 2020 Poconos Witches Ball under Draven Ashley, you can see my performance. It's 40 minutes of the Witches Ball I did there. It was so wonderful. Eddie was nice to have me there to perform. I got to do it in my backyard with my tiki torches and under the beautiful moonlight. It was just so magical.
It was beautiful.
I would love to have been there.
You can watch it. Go on YouTube.
Yep. I'll definitely have to do that. Here. And then I also want to say welcome to my friend Misty Ramsey. She is one of the co-owners from Sister Moon shop down in Florida.
Oh, nice.
I've been friends with Misty for a while now, and I wanted to welcome her to joining in this afternoon because I participate with her live sessions every Tuesday afternoon because they do live Tarot Tuesday.
Ooh.
So I participate when I can. Since how I'm working from home doing call center work, I try to sneak in there when I can. Yeah, I definitely want to say welcome there, Misty. Thanks for tuning in this afternoon. Appreciate it.
Hello, Misty.
And hopefully
Blessed be.
Hopefully one of these days we're going to be taking a trip down there to visit with the ladies down there. So we've got a lot planned here.
Yes.
Now, Ashley, how many albums have you got now?
I have I call them three witchy rock albums. I have The West, which was my experience out in California, which that's why Nikita, my Wolfchild song, is on. Then I have my album 7, which is about the 7 deadly sins. And then my latest album is just called Draven. And that has my fun witchy rock songs like Hey Dorothy, my song about Dorothy being a witch. should be in Wicked, the next musical or movie. The movie's coming out. Yes.
Hey, Dorothy.
Perfect song. My Hey Dorothy.
Hey, Dorothy.
I have on that also, not Blessed Be yet, but I have the Morrigan, which is my deity. I love her very much. So I did a song for her. And Salem Spell, which is actually the song I performed at the Witches Ball last year, Samhain in New York City, where I met Alexander.
That's right, yeah.
I was singing it with my big horns and my my Morrigan feathers
and your
my
elaborate makeup.
Yes, my makeup, and in walks Alexander while I'm singing Salem Spell, and he whips out his phone and he's like, oh, "It's the Salem Spell," and that's how we got to know each other.
At the New York City Masquerade Ball. Witches Masquerade Ball, and she was there performing, and I couldn't believe it because I saw her video for in Salem Spell, and it was devoted to in honor of the Reverend Mother Laurie Cabot, and so I was really touched with it, with the song, and I couldn't believe it, and then I was like, oh, she's here, she's performing. So I got to meet her, and it was brief because I was busy. I was being pulled in so many directions, and I had to perform a ritual for Samhain.
That was fun.
That was fun too.
I enjoyed that.
And so there was a full crowd. There was a full crowd, so it was really nice. And there's other bands as well. Metamorph, and yeah, it was a fun time, and I'm looking forward to that again. I'm looking forward to New York having its gatherings and events again.
Well, hopefully one of these days I'll be able to come up there. Now, back in 2001, I was actually almost sent to New York to go up to do some work up there. That was back when I was doing contract work for the phone company.
Oh,
and,
okay.
Basically, they were wanting me to go up there to cover while the technicians were on strike up there. And I'm like, nope. I'm like, I can just see it now, making headlines. Iowa boy goes to New York and disappears. And nope. But now I'm doing it in a different sense. I think that would be a fantastic experience to come up and see the traditions and the Witches Ball and several other events up there.
Yeah, the Witch Fest USA, the New York City Witch Fest USA, which is in July, middle of July, and that's a weekend affair, a weekend street festival that they have vendors from all over the world, and all the New York City practitioners, and even people from all over the country. They come.
Well, I will have to put out the word to a group that I made contact with from Finland.
Okay.
The new group that I just came across called Green Rose Fair. And they have made some fantastic music, and they're wanting to come over to the States to do a tour. So I may have to tell them about that.
Okay.
You have to talk to Star Ann Ravenhawk.
Star Ann Ravenhawk.
She runs the Witch Fest for New York City.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I see her posts all the time.
Yeah.
So, okay, now, I guess one of the questions I was going to ask you actually now, do you have any current projects that you're working on?
Yes, I am actually working on an album that I'm going to be writing in honor of the elders. Blessed Be will be on it once I put the collection together. The song that I just wrote in March was in honor of Raven Grimassi, who had passed a year ago. I put the video Raven Evermore out on YouTube on his birthday, which was, well, actually it was his death and then his birthday afterwards. I reposted it, but it was in honor of him and his teachings with Ash, Birch, and Willow. And Stephanie Grimassi got to see it, his beautiful wife. So it made me very happy that she was very honored that I wrote the song for him. And she's a wonderful lady, and she's got lots of new plans herself. to keep going, doing new teachings and things. But yeah, no, the video was very, very powerful. I actually incorporated, I was in the snow. I like the natural elements. So my videographer, she's very flexible and young.
Endure it.
And endure it. So I was out there in the snow and the freezing cold singing, trying not to my hands to shake because it's so cold out there. But it was very, very exciting to do something like that in the snow because I love that his white roses and red roses, what they represent in his tradition. He had the white rose as the ancestor, which is the bone and our ancestors, and the red is our how we work the craft, is our blood, our sangre, and the combination of the two. And it inspired me so much to make my garden that way. So I have white roses and red roses there because of Raven and Gramasi. But yeah, that was my beautiful video for him. And Salem Spell was for Laurie Cabot, so we'll have to re-include that one, of course.
Yeah.
And I did Lady Rhea, was really, Blessed Be was in honor of Lady Rhea, who is a wonderful elder. I am so, so grateful I got to meet her. She's a beautiful lady. Everybody loves Lady Rhea. So when I first met her, now Alexander and Lady Rhea walked into the witches' ball while I was singing Salem Spell. I had a captivating audience, and when they walked in, the audience parted. It was like the sea parted, and they walked in, and I'm singing. I'm trying to concentrate, and I'm like,
no, I was pushing. I was pushing everybody aside.
Who are these people?
I was pushing everybody aside. I want to take a video.
And lots of the witches there actually told me afterwards. They said they were telling me wonderful stories about how Lady Rhea saved them in so many ways. That she's just got such a magical essence and power and healing power about her. So I'm grateful that I got to put her candle because of COVID. I could not have her in the video, but we had her make a candle. She made a road opener. You know,
sure did.
And believe me, it opened the road. Everything keeps happening now. Amazing. My life is just going so fast.
She's here for a visit this weekend.
I'm here. She made this candle, and we included it in the video to represent the unity, like you were talking about with the witch pride. And it also was a road opener for my career and the song Blessed Be, which seems to be really working. So I'm grateful to Lady Rhea. We love her.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say, did they consider you two to be royalty when you walked in, or what was going on?
It was like the royal, the two.
The royal witchcraft. No.
Well,
I was in New Orleans once, and they saw me, and they, oh my God, Alexander Cabot, oh my, you guys are like the royals of witchcraft, and I was like, no, I'm just me. Don't worry about it. I'm just a paying customer like everyone else. Mm-hmm. So I think that we lose, I think within the industry or in the community, we lose ourselves with the trappings. I think that we have to have our ego in check. Yes, ego is wonderful because it's part, it has that component of self-esteem that one needs for this plane of existence, but you have to put your ego in check if you're doing any type of spiritual work. And unfortunately, humility for me is one of the key components to spirituality and to my ministry as an individual. And so that's one of the things that I always profess with all students and with people that are seeking the craft and seeking the word for spirituality.
Mm-hmm. And I know that having a little bit of ego is a given with anything that you're doing in the community, but as long as what you were saying, as long as you keep it in check and not let it dictate, then you're able to portray the best positive image that you can.
Yeah, correct, and it's just that I never asked to be a public person. I never asked, but as long as I have breath in my lungs and air in my lungs, and I could work and preserve the craft and preserve the gods, I think that I'll do the best I can.
Um, I know that especially when you're attending large events, um, I always hear about uh, people forming these small cliques in the community. And basically, when I first came into it back in 2003, I was introduced to the community by a friend of mine who I was close with. She introduced me to the cups tradition and being able to get to know a lot of people in the community. And the one thing that was really brought to my attention was that at that time there had been a huge rift caused. And here again, it got to be a matter of egos between two different people that
Lord.
split the community. And that's the reason why I made a goal for myself to do what I can to keep a positive image and to help unite the community in any way I can.
Good. That's the whole purpose. That's our mission.
Yep.
And that's what's important.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you have any upcoming projects yourself?
I have, my book is in the works. I have a proposal in the works as well for Wiser. I'm hoping that Wiser would pick up my book, but it's kind of tricky because it's not really your everyday witchcraft book.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not titled Witch, that's for sure. So it's my memoirs, it's my autobiographical spiritual journey, plus it has a lot of informative literature. So it's both informative and storytelling. So I'm looking forward to maybe next year or the following for it to be published and released. So that's in the works. I also, Samhain was a very busy month for me because I had the IPMA with Melissa Anderson. Also, Ashley Cruz was involved with the IPMA. Also, the magazine, the video for Ashley. I didn't know that it was going to be a very busy month, but it the rewards are the accomplishments.
Yeah, that is true, and I know that the IPMA was a good success this year.
Yes, it was.
The thing that
Even though it was virtual, I think Melissa Anderson rocked it. I think that she did a wonderful job to producing it with her help and all the editors and so forth, and I think that she did an amazing job to deliver a virtual IPMA award ceremony for everyone.
Yep, I definitely agree with everything that I had seen online. I was really happy with the way that things turned out. So, yeah, I've been meaning to reach out to Melissa because Ed and herself and myself, Melissa and myself, we've been talking and doing because we're wanting to do some collaboration and start working together with all of us broadcasters and just to kind of make the IPMA even more even more than what it is right now, I guess. And also to I've been working very hard at trying to establish something for here in the Midwest as well. So that's the reason why we're going to try to collaborate together.
Good.
Nice.
Good. That's really good news.
Well, I want to say thank you to the two of you for taking time out to join me today.
Thank you very much for having us and enjoyable Saturday afternoon talking to you and getting to meet you.
Yep, it's been an honor, and I'm hoping that we can keep in contact. And I look forward to many updates. And then Ashley, I will definitely be looking for those videos online.
Oh, good.
We,
There's lots to watch.
yeah,
You can't miss it.
I would love to add your music to the library here at Iowa Pagan News.
That'd be wonderful. I do my band's music. Cruise Machine is what all the YouTube videos are under, and the last couple live performances are under my magical name, Draven Ashley. So if you're looking for them on YouTube, that's the two things to look for.
And for those that are interested in the Cabot tradition, our new website is up. It's called the Cabot Kent Hermetic Temple.org. So CKHT.org. And it's available for anyone that wants to look up informative facts, or they want to know about our mission for the temple, or about Laurie Cabot's body of work. So it's available for everyone now.
Excellent. Glad to hear that. I'm very happy to do that. Okay, everyone. We have been talking with our special guests, Alexander Cabot and Ashley Cruz, this afternoon. I want to thank everyone who tunes in on a regular basis. If you ever have any questions, you can email us directly at earl@iapnradio.net or else info@iapnradio.net. Check out our website also at iapnradio.net. You can find us on Facebook in many different pages, groups. If you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. And if you want to reach out to Alexander and Ashley, I know that they love to hear from you as well. So have a blessed afternoon. Pleasant journeys, everyone.
Absolutely. Be a light unto darkness, so you may be the balance of the universe. Blessings to all as we approach Yule.
Pleasant journeys, everyone, and blessed be.
Blessed be. All right.
So pretty, the both of us.
I know. We do look good together. Everyone says that.
Let me take a picture. Can we take a picture? No.
I don't think so. But your light is very nice.
Yeah, the light is nice. Okay. How do I get
camera?
out?
There's camera and mic, but I think that goes back to the room. Yeah. Settings. Oh, there you go.
I take a camera.
Oh, it says camera. Are you going back again? You got to go to your
Forget it. I'm gonna take a picture.
Your